Okay then, before I do begin, I just want to make sure that I'm actually in the right space. You know, I'm not originally from Crewe, so I could have got lost. I'm not? Okay, I didn't think so. So raise your hand if you just completed NCS Wave 3 by show of hands. If you just completed NCS Wave 3, raise your hand. Okay, thank you. Now also raise your hand if you're having a great time tonight. Raise your hands. And say aye. And make noise. And also raise your hand if you're happy with your GCSE results today by show of hands. Yeah, so some of us are happy. But before I do continue, the whole element of my little talk today is all about being different. It's all around being different. And there's three very, very, very important people in this room who we need to thank. So can I get you guys to make some noise for Charlotte, Ellen and Rhian, please make some noise? But as I mentioned to you, the whole theme of my talk this evening is about being different. Now usually when people do a round of applause, it's just as you just then, you know, just clapping. But what we're going to do, we're going to do something what I like to call a rainbow clap. Is anyone familiar with a rainbow clap? How a rainbow clap happens is that when I say rainbow clap, we're going to clap, bring your arms down and go, ah. Does that make sense? So rainbow clap's going to be clap, then ah. So when I say Charlotte, it's going to be rainbow clap. Then when I say Ellen, rainbow clap. Rhian, rainbow clap. Ready? Charlotte. Ah. Ellen. Ah. And Rhian. Ah. Thank you. So allow me to introduce myself. My name is Coyote Tamale. I am my mum and dad's son. I am my sister's brother, and I'm my brother's keeper. I'm originally from a place in South London called Catford, and now I live in Crewe, right here, which is in South Cheshire. Can I be 100% honest with you? Can I be honest? Yes or no? Can I call your team? Can I call your team? Can I be honest, team? Yes or no? I didn't do particularly well at school. You know, did okay in my GCSEs, but then I failed college. A few years later, I did end up eventually go to university. I got a first class degree in psychology and got published in the process. I then became elected vice president of my students' union, governor of the university, which was a huge thing to me, because I actually went to Manchester Met, which is one of the biggest universities in the whole of the country, boasting of roughly 37,000 students. And over the last 2 years, I've been working for myself. I've been self-employed. So that has allowed me to have certain advantages what I guess the average person hasn't had. So I've done a lot of traveling, which I want you to see on my slides. So if you can't see the screen, I do apologize. But here's me traveling around Europe. That's, I think, Vienna and Slovakia. Anyone been to Vienna or Slovakia? No? Yeah, we got a couple of people, nice place. I've done some traveling around America. Florida, Washington, taking selfies with crocodiles down there in Florida and LA. Anyone been to the United States before, by show of hands? And also I was fortunate enough to travel to Sydney, Australia. Doing all types of things, taking selfies with kangaroos, surfing on the beach, chilling by that bridge, and skydiving. Anyone gone skydiving before? But here's the thing about skydiving. You know what I actually found out about skydiving? Which I'm so disappointed about that I'm only realizing it right now. I actually found out that you can actually skydive without a parachute. But only once. And quite recently I just came back from Turkey. Anyone been to Turkey before? Brilliant. And then throughout my career I've been very, very fortunate enough to be positioned on a large scale, being national TV. I've been all over BBC One, BBC Two and several channels around the BBC. I've also been featured in my local paper. But this is the thing that I realised. very, very, very excited to be here despite all the things I have achieved. I'm excited for you guys. And let me explain why. Because whether you're aware of it or not, every single one of you are in a very, very privileged position. And it's those of you who begin to understand that who will achieve great success. And why do I say that? Because you've now done some things where the average 16-year-old hasn't. Not only have you collected your GCSE results today, you've also completed a fantastic NCS program within 4 weeks. So give yourself a massive round of applause for doing that. But like I said to you, today's all about being different. So instead of a round of applause, I want to give yourself 5 rainbow claps. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let me hear the applause. 4, 5. Brilliant. But here's the nasty truth about everything what I just said. Guys at the back, I'm going to need you to keep it down for a minute. Here's the nasty truth about everything I just told you. Although now you've completed a fantastic NCS 4-week program, although right now you've collected your GCSE results, you are now in the exact same predicament as every other 16-year-old in the country. And here's the thing I found out about success. Raise your hand if you do want to be successful in life, by show of hands. Who wants to be successful in life? By show of hands. Here's the thing I realized about success. In order to be successful, you have to be doing something different to what the average person is doing. You can't be successful if you're doing the exact same thing as the person sitting beside you. Otherwise, how are you going to stand out? When I was growing up, I remember I was about 10 years old. My uncle had a game called Tetris. For those of you who don't know what Tetris is, it used to play on the old school Game Boys, yeah? The old school Game Boys used to be so bad, there's no light on the screen. You had to go over to a lamp and try to get some light to play it. But Tetris was all about blocks falling down. And you had to try and make the blocks fit in so that they can disappear. So I remember saying to my uncle, I was about 10 years old, I said, "Uncle, why do you always play this game? Can I get a go?" And to my surprise, one day he told me yes. But here's the thing I learned about Tetris. In life, if you just try to fit in like Tetris, you just end up disappearing. In Tetris, it's the blocks that fit in what eventually disappear. So those of you who do decide to fit in, just like the Tetris blocks, you'll also disappear. We've just completed this Olympics this summer, last week to be specific. One of my favourite events in the Olympics is an event called high jump. Raise your hand if you know high jump, yeah? You guys know about high jump, yeah? I won't do an example, but I've got a suit on. But you basically run, you jump over the bar. Well, 1968 was a very, very important year for the high jump event. Because up until this year, when it came to Olympics of high jump, people used to run and dive over going forwards. But this is before a guy called Dick Fosbury came about. He understood this concept. He understood that if you want to be extraordinary, the only difference between extraordinary and just being ordinary is doing that little bit extra. So one day Dick Fosbury thought to himself, you know what, fudge it. No, forget it. I'm not going to run up to the bar, I'm not going to dive over forwards, because that is exactly what everybody else does in that event. You run up to the bar, you dive over going forwards. So you know what he thought to himself? I'm going to run up to this bar and dive over backwards. In that Olympics, he won a gold medal. That was the first time anybody's ever jumped over a bar like that. Until this day, every single person in high jump now jumps over backwards, and he's now became a legend for it. It's now called the Fosbury flop. Because he recognized the concept of, if you want to be extraordinary, the only difference between extraordinary and being ordinary is just doing that little bit extra. I've got one more example to illustrate this. I want to have 5, possibly 6 volunteers. Who's not shy? Who wants to come up? All you got to do is stand here. I need 5 volunteers. 5 show of hands. Come on. First 5 come up. First 5 come up. Yes, come up. I need 5 people. 5, so 1, 2. Yeah, just line up in a straight line here for me, please. Everyone give our volunteers 5 massive rainbow claps. And what's your names? John, nice to meet you. What's your name? Cass, nice one. Cass, what's your name? Ellie. Helen, nice to meet you. Lewis, okay, Lewis. So as you can see right now, my 5 beautiful volunteers are lining up in a straight line. As you can see right now, it's quite difficult to see who really stands out the most. Other than their physical features, it's quite difficult to see who actually stands out the most. What I'm going to ask you to do now is you 3 just kind of squat down and put your hands on your knees and bend down as low as you can go. And you do the same. Now who do you notice the most? Cass, right? He's the one standing out. Now everybody else stand back up again, everyone else stand back up. No one is standing out again, so you can't really tell who's the person who's been extraordinary, who isn't. Now what's your name, darling, again? Helen, I want you to stand forwards, come forwards. Give us a little boogie if you want, it's up to you. Now who stands out? Ellen. Because this is what the thing I've noticed about life. For all the successes that I've had is that I realized that opportunities are like a human being. Opportunities are like a real thing. Imagine playing Pokemon Go and instead of seeing Charmander and that running around, you're seeing opportunities. Opportunities are everywhere. And opportunities are looking for people who are doing something different. So right now, if I have an opportunity I want to go to someone, who would I go to? No one, because they're all doing the exact same thing. So if I have an opportunity and I'm looking for a home, I want to go for someone who stand up for me, come out. I want to go to my man here because he's doing something different. Give my audience 3 massive rainbow claps. Take a look at so you can go sit down, please. You know, a nice round of applause. So the question I want to ask you now is, what are you going to do? Are you now going to be the exact same as everybody else in your year? Are you going to do the exact same thing as every other 16-year-old in the country? If you're going to college, make some noise. If you're going to a 6th form, make some noise. If you're going to start work in September, make some noise. No one's going to job? But my point is that every other 16-year-old in the country is going to do one of those options. You're going to either go to school, go carry on at 6th form, you're going to either go to college, you're either going to get a job, or you're going to do something like apprenticeship. But if you want to be extraordinary, then how on earth are you going to stand out? How are you going to stand out for the person standing right beside you? Because this is what I realized. Roald Dahl said it best. Why fit in when you're born to stand out? Because to be outstanding, you have to stand out. You can applaud that if you want to, go on. Why fit in when you're born to stand out? Because to be outstanding, you have to stand out. Now as I close, I want you all to have a good night, enjoy the party celebrations. Listen, Tim is the main man on the decks, you know. Listen, when Tim spins those decks, when he plays Macarena, make sure you leave some space for me, you know, because I get very active when it comes to it, like. So make sure you enjoy yourself, have a good night. And the way I want us to end is that, instead of doing a rainbow clap, if anyone watched the Euros, you would have saw the football team Iceland, they do a clap like this, and then they bring it faster. But I want to do it slightly different. I want to bring it here. We're going to be nice and slow, then we're going to speed up, okay? So nice and slow. Then when we get to the end, I want you to make some noise, stamp your feet, wherever it takes, okay? You ready? So nice and slow. Slowly, slowly, slowly.